There has been a lot of meltdowns because Trump got elected. I don't know why. I really don't. It's just 4 years. But there has been a big meltdown. What I'm seeing from teachers across this country, educators, I don't like it. I don't like ideology being taught to students. Can't stand it because you're shaping minds and you're going against parents' will. California actually got a law that says that a student can identify however they want to identify. And if they want to go get a gender affirming surgery, they can get it without their parents' permission. And if the parents try to intervene, they can be jailed. Don't believe me? Go Google it. There are states around here that are trying to take the rights of parents away from being able to parent their children. I don't like it. I don't like when people push this stuff on kids because kids' minds are not developed. So you got teachers in colleges who last week after the election decided that they were going to cancel classes, not just cancel classes because they were so distraught by the election. These people have mental illnesses, and they're teaching our students. You have an emotional breakdown because of a freaking election for somebody that none of us know in person? Really? The American people spoke. Why are you up in arms and mad at people because they didn't vote the way you wanted them to? This is what elections are for. Your candidate lost. Your candidate was flawed from the get-go. You all tried to subvert democracy. It backfired, and you lost big time. And now you're up in arms, crying, flailing, doing all this stuff, all this crazy stuff going on. And now we got teachers around the country that are in classes having complete meltdowns. I actually called her because I wanted to make sure that she was in class because I was like, the hell with this. I would be raising hell if that was her teacher because we're paying for her to be down there. Ain't no handouts here. We're paying her tuition to go to school down there. And it's not cheap going to Ohio University. So I would be damned if my daughter is going to have a teacher that is going to cancel classes simply because of a freaking election. When I'm paying my dollars, you got to get that day back. I got to get retroactively that day back off the books. Because that is some nonsense. That is absolute nonsense. And it's happening in high schools. And I'm going to share something with you all from Los Angeles. This comes via KTLA out in Los Angeles. And this is what's going on out in California. Take a listen. Fair use, fair use, fair use.
Sure, Micah. And tonight we're actually talking about two incidents, one here in Moreno Valley, another at the Chino Valley High School. Now, critics believe that these teachers went way too far and had no place in lecturing their students about their political beliefs, not to mention the way in which they did it. Some are even calling for them to be fired. But on the other hand, there are supporters who say, yes, maybe it was wrong, it should have been toned down, but it's not enough to fire them.
So y'all, you see what's going on. We got two teachers who have said some things to some students in regards to the election, and the parents are up in arms, but then there's people out there that said they may have went a little too far, but we don't want them fired. Let's take a listen to what they said. Let's take a listen.
A rapist, draft-dodging coward, treasonous scum. Why would he win? Why would he win? Why did he win?
A teacher's post-election Trump rant going viral. This audio recording is from a teacher at Valley View High School in Moreno Valley.
But has Donald Trump quoted Hitler? Yes. Does he embody some of Hitler's ideas? Yes.
See what I'm saying? Listen to what he's doing. This is indoctrination. This is indoctrination. You ask a question, then you give the answer. Yes, he did these things. Listen.
The recording now with millions of listens.
Let me tell you, I know a lot of Latino men on this campus, adults and students, that love Donald Trump. And he's called their mothers rapists. He's called their fathers rapists. He's called them criminals. He called them the poison in the blood of our country.
So the parents who voted for Trump called them this. That's what this teacher is telling these students. He called your parents rapists. He called them scum. And they still went out there and voted for him. Why? he's basically causing conflict inside the household. So these kids can come on and be like, Mom, why you voted for Trump? He called you scum. Indoctrination. Indoctrination, people. This cannot be taking place in our school system. This cannot be taking place.
He could have definitely worded it a different way. He could have made it like family friendly, like no swear words. He could have got his point across.
Jude Vasquez has the teacher's second period class. He and several students walked out of school today. Bring him back! Bring him back! In protest, calling on the Moreno Valley Unified School District to bring the AP World History teacher back.
AP World History. And you got kids out here leaving class. Now, if this was my kid, I would be livid. Why are you walking out? This dude has said some of the most foul charged stuff, and you sitting up here wanting him back in class? No. AP World History? Hell no. No. Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
After he was placed on administrative leave.
They tried silencing us, but they will not silence us today. Yeah!
In a statement, the
Please. This is not our fight. Not one time did that teacher say anything about he called black parents anything. Why are there black students out there fighting this fight? This don't make any sense.
district told KTLA in part, we were recently made aware of an incident at one of our high schools in which a staff member's discussion about the election results turned unprofessional. We do not condone the behavior that occurred, and an immediate investigation has been launched.
We have a lot of teachers here who say racist stuff and openly support Trump, and nothing happens to them.
Many students
They say racist stuff. We got a lot of teachers that say racist stuff, and they openly support Trump. So I wish somebody would have asked them, what's the examples? If this is happening, why have we never heard anything about Moreno Valley Unified Schools in regards to teachers saying racist rhetoric before? We've never heard this before. Never heard it. But this student right now is saying that they racist and that they support Trump. What does that got to do with you learning because somebody supports Trump? See, this is indoctrination of kids, right? This is why we can't have this, because they already indoctrinated. They already indoctrinated. This is our kids being indoctrinated by teachers instead of being taught what's really going on.
Students believe this teacher is being singled out and that disciplining of teachers should be fair.
I feel as though he should come back to the school.
At Chino Valley High School, another teacher was recorded saying people voted for a rapist before disciplining a student for wearing a Trump hat.
Turn it off and tell her to go back to your freaking seat now. Go. Take the. Can you send security up? Please, room B205. I have a boy who has a Trump hat on, and I'm not going to tolerate it today. Bye-bye. I don't care if they have a Harris hat or Trump hat. You're out of here.
A Chino Valley Unified spokesperson couldn't say whether that teacher has been placed on leave, but they are investigating.
What are we doing here? It's too much emotion going on. These teachers are too emotional. It's just too many people. What has happened to America? Right? Have we gone so far that everything is offensive to people now? Okay, so maybe the kid was antagonizing the teacher, but you had to curse at him. You had to call security because he had a Trump hat on. Where's the principal at? This is crazy. Yelling, cursing at students, unacceptable. Unacceptable. That's not your kid. That child is there for an hour with you. That is not your child. This type of stuff can no longer happen in our education system, and that goes back to what Trump said in his diatribe about schools. That needs to be trickled down to the school boards. And that's another thing. Trump is thinking about abolishing the Department of Education. Got a lot of people up in arms about it. But if this is the stuff that the Department of Education is overseeing and they're allowing this crap to go on, they need to go away. Because this is absolutely filth. No teacher should be talking to a student like that. And actually, no teacher should be trying to indoctrinate your kids into their way of thinking. That's not what they're supposed to be doing. You're supposed to be teaching history, not giving your freaking opinion, especially not in world history.